Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, what's on the minds of millionaires? PNC's been taking the pulse of millionaires across the country, plus putting a business on a sound footing well before it's time to retire or sell it, and the consequences if you don't plan ahead. But first, 211. It's like a 911 call, but for social services. The service is rolling out in our region, but the United Way of Allegheny County is asking for employers to help to make it more generally available. Bob Nelkin is President and Chief Professional Officer of the United Way. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Great to be here, Bill.
All right, 211. So like a 911, that's the deal. What is this all about?
So for 60 years, United Way has had a call center. You can call and get information about all sorts of resources and services. But it's a 10-digit number. I'll bet you don't know it.
I somehow have not memorized that. I apologize.
But as of next week, as of February 11th, you'll be able to simply anywhere in 5 counties and eventually in 11 counties in the Southwest region just dial 211 and you'll get this call center.
Okay, and when you get the call center, what do you get? What kind of services are available?
Well, first of all, you get help in these tough times. So a lot of the calls right now are about basic needs. 25% of the calls, how do you keep the utilities on? 25% are about how to avoid eviction. 25% how to put food on the table, transportation, get to work, get to school. And the other 25% health care and a variety of things in the community. And then there are calls that are not emergency calls. You want to get your child into an after-school program or a summer camp. Your mom's coming home from the hospital and doesn't want to go to a nursing home. How do you get some home care? A variety of things that are not quite the emergency.
Just want to volunteer, do good works in the community?
Yeah, we're going to use this as a way of really boosting volunteerism as well.
How many people use the existing 10-digit line? Is it a pretty busy service as it is?
Right now we have about 30,000 people who a year who call our call center. And we think that volume will go to 150,000 in 24 months.
Wow.
And we'll also be starting, but not on February 11th, but soon after that, a website. And we expect somewhere between 300,000 and 450,000 inquiries a year as people get a lot of information that way.
Wow, so obviously a need and a demand for these services, and I guess given the state of the economy, although it's better here than a lot of places, I'm sure it's, if anything, gone up in recent years in terms of the demand.
Absolutely, and not only has the volume increased, but the type of calls are more urgent.
Is this being done in other parts of the United States?
Yeah, we're one of the last regions of the country to do this. 48 states have implemented this already.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we don't like to be last. That far last.
Well, but we can benefit from that, Bill, because we plan to do it better.
Okay.
And, you know, in one regard, in some states, it's a state function. Pennsylvania's decided to really privatize this, to give it to the United Ways and to the business community to figure out how to do this in a very effective way.
Oh, okay. So the model we're using here is a much more private sector-based model than what you would find in other states. You think there's going to be efficiencies and benefits of doing it that way?
Oh, no doubt about it. We're immediately merging some websites so that there won't be competing websites and all the duplication of effort, you know, putting those in. I think as people come up with ideas of additional 800 numbers that will all fold, you know, together. We've got agencies working together in ways that they've never worked together before. So those are some of the examples of what I would call efficiencies.
That's really good. Well, and yeah, unifying the effort and removing duplication, obviously that's a huge benefit. Now, if you're trying to make the 211 call from home, I figure that's not going to be an issue, that people will be able to do that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so where some of the challenge is within some of the companies and the larger employers.
Right, so if within your company you have a lot of intercom numbers, if you dialed 211 without programming the phones, without your phone people reprogramming it to go to the regional number, you'll get an extension within your company.
Okay.
So All companies are going to have to just ask their IT people to make sure that when you dial 211 within the company, you actually get the regional call center.
So it's a programming issue as much as anything nowadays.
I'm told it's very easy.
Okay, that's good to hear. Well, they must have had to do it with the whole 911 thing. Of course, that's been the standard practice for a long time.
Exactly. We've already gone through this with 911.
Okay. And so if employers want to find out more, if there are any tricks to this, is there a place where they can they call 211, or is there another way to get information?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll be glad to help them.
Okay, so you can help roll it out. And again, the rollout is happening really coming up this week, so that'll be the real public launch. So the service is available. And again, should see some significant increase in usage of this over time.
Absolutely. People struggle with where to turn. They find this great maze of agency names and program names and acronyms and eligibility, and it's very confusing when people need help. They need it to be easier, and that's what our goal is.
Well, that's a good point. You think you're usually under stress if you need social services, and if you don't know where to turn, and there's often a time deadline or there's a sense of urgency about it, so making it a lot easier for people makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, where to turn is a good way of describing it.
All right, very good. Bob Nelkin from the United Way, and again, rolling out to a telephone near you in just the next few days. Thanks so much, and congratulations for finally bringing it here.
Thank you. We really appreciate your help.
All right. Next up, inside the minds of millionaires, what they're thinking when we return. Stay with us.